everybody, Mitch Stewart here, and today we're going to talk about 3 exercises to establish some symmetry through your oblique sling. So basically the oblique sling is a pattern that runs across your body from left to right and from right to left on both the anterior or front side of your body and the posterior side of your body. We often see some imbalances with this, particularly in athletes that are in rotational based sports. And what happens is that when you have more tension going on one oblique sling than the other, when you do bilateral patterns like squats, oftentimes the body's always fighting itself, and when you squat down you'll see rotation like this, or in sprints a lot of times you'll see one leg lagging behind the other on the cycle, because you're always fighting that rotation as the tension on one oblique sling is a little bit tighter than the other, which causes some baseline rotation. So it is common and normal to have some variance from one side to the other on the oblique slings, but when that imbalance gets too great and it starts to cascade into some other movements where you see your body fighting itself, then it's important to address those issues. So we include these types of exercises in preparatory phases and in warm-ups throughout an entire off-season and even throughout the season. The first exercise, all you're going to need is a foam roller, and this is a mobilization exercise. So we're going to do a mobilization exercise first, and then 2 progressions on more of a strengthening exercise for the oblique sling. So you're going to get started on your side with your top knee up on the roller, bottom leg is extended out. We're going to go top hand on top of the bottom hand. We're going to keep that knee pressing gently into the roller, and we're going to open up. So we do want to have this knee stay down. You're going to breathe here. Focus on diaphragmatic breathing. Relax everything through the T-spine. And close. Reach out in front. So now the top hand is reaching beyond the bottom hand, and then come on back over. So about 3 reps on each side of this. Holding for 5 to 10 breaths. Really focus on that diaphragmatic breathing. It's going to help lengthen that line. So we're here and across. So once you've relaxed some of the tissue that runs across that oblique line, then it's important to work on some strengthening drills to really lock in that new mobility so your brain is now communicating a more efficient message to your body. So the bird dog is a fantastic exercise. It's very important that this exercise is done with intention and not just going through the motions. So we'll go over a couple key points for the bird dog. So oftentimes people get down on all fours and just rip back and forth. Honestly, that's not going to have a ton of benefit. So understanding the key aspects of the exercise is very, very important to really reap the benefits of the bird dog exercise. So on all fours, the toes are going to be up, the hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips, and then from here we're going to maintain that neutral spine. We're going to minimize any lateral shifting when we lift off, and we're going to create some length from this hand, from the extended hand, through to the extended heel. So when I'm back, I want to have my foot straight back, my glutes engaged, my torso is square to the floor, and then I'm coming back in. So I can alternate back and forth. Again, full extension on that back leg is key. Engage the glute. You don't want to come up too high and extend the spine. Spine stays nice and neutral, and back down. Now on the upper half of the body, we're extending with one, and the opposite hand is actually pushing through the floor. So when I'm doing this exercise, I don't want to be collapsed down like this. I want to actually be pressing the floor away with the planted hand as the opposite arm extends. So you can see that we have an active position through the hand. We're actively pushing that heel back. And all of our postural muscles through the trunk are going to have to be working to maintain that nice square position, minimal lateral shift, minimal movement through the spine as it maintains neutral, while the shoulder and the hip joint are the prime movers through this exercise. So once you get comfortable with that, can always be a staple in your program, but a little bit of a progression on that we like to use is called the bear cross. So you're going to actually hover the knees off the ground. Same rules apply where we're pressing the hands through the floor. Shoulder blades are coming across the rib cage. Then you're going to touch, hand on opposite knee, and extend out. Hand on opposite knee, and extend out. So with this one, we also want to keep the spine neutral. We want to minimize any lateral shifting. We want to get full extension on that back leg, where we're actually engaging the glute muscle at end range, and we want that hand that's planted on the floor to be pressing through the floor so that we're holding tension through that entire oblique sling and all those postural muscles responsible for keeping your torso square and strong. So include these exercises in your warm-ups, include them throughout especially the preparatory phases of your off-season, especially if you're in a sport where rotation, particularly in one direction, is more dominant than in the opposite direction. So enjoy these exercises and enjoy the benefits.